You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound, you could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate money messages for Gemini whenever they come across this video, but especially August 2026. What does Gemini need to know about their money? Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. Okay, I like this. I'm always trying to manifest the happiest outcomes for people, but I feel like my collective is a collective that does shadow work. I'm very much a go-getter, and I'm very much a person that practices what I preach. Just saw angel number 101 on the timer. So I really love the fact that almost everyone that is subscribed to me or follows me is a person that also is trying to start a business, already has a business, people who are spiritual warriors, who have a lot of Akashic history, people who do shadow work, and people who are serious about this as a lifestyle, not just an aesthetic. It's really sexy, so don't mind me if I dote on everybody. But at the bottom of the deck, we have good fortune here. We have divine masculine, so I don't know if this is going to be mostly geared towards like King of Swords energies, because that's masculine Gemini energy, or if someone's watching this for a masculine, because this is technically like a twin flame card in this deck, or a soul tie card. We have message, which is also King of Swords, throat chakra, tell it like it is, don't bite my tongue type of energy. We have transmute. So when I saw the moth and transmute come out, I feel like someone could have strong Scorpio or Sag in their chart, but also something about snakes shedding their skin and how papery mauve's feathers are is making me feel like someone literally has a skin condition where they shed skin. But I also feel like someone recently got one or multiple tattoos, and it might be tattoos of animals. Someone could be trying to have like a sleeve tattoo of animals or spiritual shit, or someone recently got one tattoo that was spiritual. But also you could be a person that really likes nature too, an animal lover. And then we have fire, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Fire can also talk about passion, so I wouldn't be surprised if love came out in this as well, because it's not uncommon for money and love messages to intersect, because after all, both of those things have to do with the heart chakra. So another side story that I'm picking up right now is there's like a divine masculine who's very passionate about someone. It's like you get very excited when you think about this person, and you might be watching a lot of readings to see if this is your person, just to like kind of do an energy check and make sure that this is like an okay person for you to be falling for, which is cool. I respect that. You should always, that's what divination is for. You should always just get a check. And it's not that people don't have intuition without tarot or without flipping cards, but some of us are highly intuitive, but the cards just provide a visual, or they mostly provide confirmation, honestly. And I just saw angel number 411, which is an angel number. To me, I've associated it with getting downloads, because 411, people say, I'm gonna give you the 411. So I feel like you have a very active throat chakra, but you could also be a person that is claircognizant, like you get a lot of downloads. I'm also picking up that someone can have an occupation where they speak a lot and they influence other people. You could have a pretty prominent social media following. You could be someone who has like a podcast, or maybe you just get on the internet and you talk about love, for example, or being in a relationship. When you're spiritual, you could be a divine masculine tarot reader, or a Reiki healer, or a shaman or something like that, with a snake here, because snakes could represent Kundalini rising. What else am I picking up with that? Geminis. I was gonna make this post too about how like the best rappers are air signs, and most of the best rappers are Geminis. For example, or musicians, DJ Mustard, Kanye West, Eminem, Tupac, and Biggie were both Geminis. Ice Cube's a Gemini. So like Gemini men, King of Swords energy, they're usually known for the way how they they speak, and they're just like very witty. And even my grandpa is a Gemini, and if my grandma's 70, he has to be like in his 70s too. But we went to go see him for Veterans Day, but also it was his birthday on Veterans Day. And he's the type of dude, like, he'll come up with rhymes at the spot. He's always been that way ever since I was a little girl. And he like remembers poems and things that he made up on the spot, like he's a spoken word poet. So Geminis naturally have that talent, especially the Gemini masculines, of like just flowing with their throat chakra. Air signs typically tend to be very funny as well, very sarcastic, witty, blunt. So that could be your personality, even if you're more on the introverted side, because certain signs in my collective, like Leo and Gemini, those are signs that are known for being very loud and boisterous, but I do have some more quieter people or more introverted people in those signs as well. But you have it in you, even if you're quiet. So we have blonde hair. These are the most prominent physical features. So there are other ways that you can tell this is your reading, so don't fret if you don't see anything that doesn't resonate with you or somebody else that comes out in the reading. And I was about to say, when I saw Divine Masculine, I was picking up something about a masculine relationship, and we do have LGBT plus here. So I was particularly picking up on someone who is gay. So I feel like for some of you, this is going to be the person who's like, okay, I met someone who I really like, but I need to see if they're on my same level. We have straight hair here. And I think the reason why that's coming out, the relationship stuff is coming out for you in this money reading. This might be a person who is going to be on your level, and this might be a person who you're having a partnership with. Don't believe anyone who tries to tell you that twin flame relationships or soul ties can only be had, specifically twin flames, because everybody knows about soulmates. Don't believe anybody that tries to tell you that twin flames is only for straight hetero cisgender people, because the whole purpose of having a twin flame is that it's a soul connection. In different cultures and religions, we talk about feminine plus masculine just to introduce people to the concept of polarity. But if this person that you're head over heels for is your twin flame, that means that regardless of what body parts or what you two were assigned as to be born in the 3D, one of you leans more masculine, the provider energy, and one of you leans more feminine, the receptive energy. But the point is, both of you two work together. And twin flames, they have things that could be polar opposites, but they also have things that are so like-minded that it just makes sense. Because this person, they represent like a different aspect of you, and that's especially true because this is a Gemini reading. So we might even see the lovers, or the lovers card might be significant. I also kind of feel like they recently got a tarot card tattoo, and it could be that you got a rendition of the lovers card somewhere on your shoulder is where I'm seeing it. But someone's tatted for sure. We have physically fit. So someone could be a gym rat. We also have manicured nails here. We have moles. I kind of was expecting one of the skin condition ones to come out. So someone does have like something with their skin. It could also be that they have skin tags, or like their skin sheds a lot. We have bald. Someone can also have glasses. And we have curvy plus physically fit. So you could be like slim thick, or you could be one of those plus size people who's not really trying to lose weight because you like being thick, but somebody could also be trying to slim down, or even just go to the gym more just to be healthy instead of losing weight. But I will say as well, I feel called to say this, someone who's going to resonate with the male-male gay relationship, I'm feeling like with manicured nails, and even this card a little bit, I'm kind of picking up on the energy someone who's like, they may be gay and they do identify as male, or maybe this person could be non-binary and like men, and they were born biologically male, but one of these men could be kind of feminine, and they might dress that way to express the fact that they could be the divine feminine person in this relationship. And I'd hate to use like Jeffree Star or James Charles as an example, because both of them are terrible people, but it's kind of giving me that energy of someone who is definitely known for being gay, but they dress feminine. So this could resonate with maybe this person is a gay masculine that likes to like have their nails done and wear makeup and stuff like that. This person can care a lot about how they dress too. And it would make sense that you're attracted to that because you are probably the divine masculine watching. So divine masculines are attracted to feminine energy regardless of how it may show in the 3D. And this is a hot take that I have, and I'm just preaching because I go by this, and I will argue anybody down who tries to disagree with me. But literally what I said, the twin flame connection is a soul connection, and people who try to make it about body parts, they forget the fact that some people in their Akashic records, they've been multiple genders. So somebody watching this could resonate, or they've been told by another medium, you've been feminine in past lifetimes, you've been masculine in past lifetimes. But if this person is your twin flame, you've probably met them every lifetime, and it really doesn't matter like how you two would come. You would still clap them cheeks, and you would still find them every lifetime and love them exactly how they are. But also, one thing that people don't understand is a lot of people talk about how the twin flame connection is so dramatic and so hard, and you know, twin flames always have hella people hating on them. And it's like, you don't think queer people go through trials when it comes to love? Some of us live in states where our love isn't even legal, and you're trying to tell me that we can't resonate with the twin flame journey? So I'm talking to someone who, they've been around the block, they've been spiritual, they've been on this life path for a while, and I feel like you understand that, because a lot of people, they turn to spirituality when they've always believed in God, but they don't necessarily like traditional ways of connecting to the higher forces. So you know that a lot of people who grew up Christian, for example, they deal with things like queer phobia and stuff like that, but also like Christianity is known for queer phobia. That's one of its biggest criticisms, but also they're known for like a lot of charlatans. But there are some people, unfortunately, who came from that background and they let it creep into spirituality. So I also feel like you're very set apart. You could be a person that likes to do things solo, but I also feel like you've been wanting to partner with like-minded people or find your tribe more, even if you're already prominent on social media, but it's been hard for you because a lot of people just fake the funk, and a lot of people, they'll cling to the aesthetic of being a woo-woo person, but when it comes to how they treat other people behind the scenes, a lot of people are not really, you know, their bark is bigger than their bite when it comes to that. Okay, well, I see unk and I see kids. So someone could be, I would say, like, I'm picking up on 30s, 40s for one age group. With unk and kids, I feel like they might have a sibling that has kids that they take care of and they love them very much, but they could not have kids yet. So I do feel like you're the type of person who's been waiting for your special person, your kingdom spouse, your soulmate. For those of you who do believe that you're on a twin flame journey, maybe you haven't met them yet, but you can feel it that you're gonna meet this person. And I feel like that's going to resonate with the person who's gay as well. I see gay in the tiles because certain types of queer people, like, we're meant to have families of our own, but we'll have it in untraditional ways, of course. So I think someone is like, I haven't even met my person, and even if I met my person, I'm probably going to have to adopt to have kids or have it a special type of way. So I think there's a masculine who's connected to their spirit baby. I know that this reading is very, very specific, but I know that it's going to resonate with people. And even if this is not your reading, there are some people who just like to, you know, hang out and try to decode the puzzle with me. And we're all here together as a collective. You guys all being people subscribed or following me, so we're all kind of like a family anyway. So some of you just might want to watch the reading just so you could like see something from another person's perspective. Amino is sticking out to me too, amino acids. So I don't know if someone has like a STEM or medical occupation. I thought powder was in here, but I was going to say someone can even be holistic and make their own products. Someone could also be in the beauty industry for sure. I'm seeing the names Paul and Bob, Monica, Monique. Okay, someone could be from New York, New Jersey. Okay, I also feel like someone could be from Ohio or somewhere in the Midwest and also have a very strong accent. I feel like there's something else. I also see Nyx in here. Nyx is actually a feminine goddess that represents the duality of, I think she's like a nighttime goddess, and she represents like the duality between light and dark, but this is a Gemini reading, so duality is also very significant. That could also be why I picked up on like non-binary. NB is in the tiles, so that is also slang or abbreviation for non-binary. But NYX is also a makeup brand, so that goes back to someone really liking beauty. And also with Wix, this could apply to a business owner, someone who has their own website, for sure. I would also say that it could be a very prominent leader in the LGBT plus community as well. And I have so much respect for spiritual people who, it doesn't have to be your entire audience, but if you're spiritual and you identify with something on that acronym, and you do readings or you do Reiki healing or whatever for people in your community, I think that's like one of the dopest things ever. So because I'm picking up mostly on masculine energy, you could kind of be like a hierophant to other people. Whether we see that card or not, I actually see it in the deck. It's right here now. Some of you, I feel like you could have strong earth in your chart too, because you just seem very about your money and very, very no nonsense about things. Okay, I see that Seven of Cups wanted to come out. I feel like this is talking about, there's so much romance that's coming out here. This is talking about a person who they trying to manifest finding a person that they can have a future with. And even as I say that, now I'm seeing Two of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. But we have Ace of Swords here in the reversed. We have Knight of Cups reversed. We have Knight of Wands reversed. And we have the Hangman reversed. Okay, so I just want to tell you before I continue, I feel like for those of you who are dating right now, because I feel like that Seven of Cups that wanted to come out, it was talking about you like on the dating scene. I want to get emoji oracle because I want to see if this one particular person that you're crushing on, how they feel about you. But right now we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Scorpio, Leo, Pisces, Cancer showing here. So we have Ace of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this is talking about like what I said, what I was picking up on. You just feel like a lot of people aren't who they project themselves to be. I feel like you usually fall for very attractive people or people who are kind of hollow, who don't have that much beyond them. And that's interesting to me because I definitely feel like you're a person who has a lot going on. I was trying to see if empath was in the tiles. There's no T, but usually people who are light workers, they tend to be attracted to people who are kind of shallow or people who are kind of shadowy in a negative aspect. But also, because the shadow isn't always negative, you could be attracted to people who you feel like are living, I'm hearing living a lifestyle that you want to, but you feel like you can't express it to the world. I'm not sure what that means. Some of you might be closeted still. We have Knight of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like this is saying like, yeah, you care about people who are emotionally available, but like maybe you're constantly falling for love bombers, or there's just a big energy of people around you being fake. Maybe that's also why I'm seeing like the imagery of like skin shedding or a mask coming off or something. Knight of Wands in the reverse. There might be a lot of people who just want to hook up, and I do feel like someone is trying to find their person on dating apps. You could come from a small town or a place that doesn't really have a lot of good inventory, so to speak. But usually on dating apps, there are a lot of people who just want to hook up too, and I feel like you want more than that. So we have Knight of Cups reverse, Knight of Wands reverse. The only two that are not here are Knight of Swords, which could represent eagerness and communication skills, and also Knight of Pentacles, which could be the knight that talks about stability. So I think the people that you're looking for, they're missing those two aspects, and you need one aspect of each suit to be an emperor. So I feel like there's a divine masculine very specifically that is trying to manifest another masculine that is an emperor. We have the Hangman in the reverse. So this usually represents coming to a conclusion after sacrificing and like changing your perspective about something. So I think overall someone's changing their perspective about what they're trying to manifest. And that will help you to manifest quicker too, and more accurately, because you're becoming more specific about what you want. I feel like that's pretty straightforward. So is there anything else that we can get from the tarot about this situation? I'm going to use hidden money blocks too, because this is a money reading. So I just want to get more energy about money. Okay, I would just say, just keep on being passionate about what you're passionate about, working on yourself. I just saw 2424 on the timer. I forgot what that one represents, but I would say just keep on trying to attract, because what you want is going to come very soon with this Three of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Stay passionate about things. I also feel like, how am I going to word this? I feel like someone is very into like studying Tantra, healing their sacral chakra, which usually has to do with their beliefs on gender and sexuality too for queer people. I do feel like very strong gay male energy with this reading, so it might be very specific with this Ace of Wands. Something about like, you could be reading a book like Sacred Sex, or maybe you could have your own like sex spell, love spell, grimoire. I feel like someone, they're trying to heal their shadow by like getting more into that, but I also feel like you're very sex positive, and this could resonate with a person who does not withhold from themselves when they're feeling in the mood, if you catch my drift. You could have been ghosted in the past with relationships, or you fall a lot for avoidance or people who abandon you. Five of Pentacles usually talks about being ostracized. So for some of you, I feel like you're either closeted or you've been out for a while, but there's still like layers that you need to heal when it comes to being authentically who you are. You could be seeing angel numbers like the number 11, 77, 515, because all of those angel numbers have to do with being authentic and stepping into your specific purpose. And then last but not least, we have the Nine of Cups here. So this is about being content with yourself, being happy with how your life is right now, and making room for that extra cup, which will give you the Ten of Cups. I do feel like someone wants to manifest their own untraditional family. And sometimes I do get queer energy from Ten of Cups too, because it does have a rainbow in it. Okay, we're at 26 minutes. I'm going to do hidden money blocks, emoji oracle, and I also feel called to do charm casting too. So I'm just going to have to speed this one up. Some of them could be Cindy, Nick. I see poised in here. I don't know if we have all the letters to spell it, but I do see poised. So there's something about being dignity and not just falling for anything. I was trying to see if dignity was in the tiles, but there's no T. Okay, so for hidden money blocks, we have tarot dependency, actually. Tarot dependency is taking away your ability to make your own choices. I literally talked about in the 15-minute that I'm going to post before this about how proactive astrology is just to guide you or sometimes to warn you about circumstances, but you shouldn't use tarot to make your decisions. So I feel like what this is saying in the context of this reading is you might want to, you've been watching tarot, and you could be watching tarot for different signs, because I feel like there's one particular person who you like, but you have a lot of love interest. You've been watching so much tarot to get a clear answer on who is best for you. But I think part of your journey right now is also just the fluidity of experiencing different types of people. And I feel like spiritually what this is going to do is it's going to help you to like be more specific about what you want. But also there's something about you having fun with this in a safe way. Because I do feel like someone came from a background where they were taught to be very ashamed of their sexuality and even the type of people that they like personality-wise. Like, let's say your parents or your guardians always wanted you to marry someone who was like a doctor or a lawyer, or a person who had like a certain personality type, but you're into very quirky, artistic type people. We have self-exaltation, elevating self-importance as manifesting in prideful attitudes towards others. I don't think that this is your energy. I think this is the type of people that you're used to. usually like very attractive, egotistical people, and that's not who you are at all. So that's why all your relationships with people like that are not working out, because it's really a tower moment that's saving you from these people. We have beginner syndrome. Dreading the beginner phase stops you from getting to a higher level. For a lot of you, for your business, I feel like you actually have a following, kind of in that intermediate stage where like you put some time and work into this, but you also want more growth and opportunity. A lot of people that I follow, they have about like 2,000 followers. So I feel like you could be someone who's in that range. But also with beginner syndrome, abstractly, that might resonate with the person who just came out, or they still feel like they're baby queer, or they're kind of new to this like actually being authentically themselves thing. Because I feel like someone is a bit discreet. And a download that I'm getting, so a lot of people, they stereotype gay guys as like having a limp wrist or being very feminine, but there are actually a lot of men who like men who are very masculine. And the emperor didn't come out or show, but I do feel like you're an emperor energy. But I think one thing that you've been discreet about is how you like more feminine type of guys. So you're learning to be more authentic with that. And then we have mental health. An ongoing level of sadness is making it difficult to get ahead. Mental health is a journey that is different for everyone. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Be kind to yourself. Keep your goals in sight and seek help if you need it. I think that some of you have a history of not having so great mental health, but you're okay now. But sometimes that shadow does reappear, and I feel like you're really good at doing work on it. I feel like your crown chakra is very strong when it's balanced and when you cleanse it, when you listen to frequency music and you use your crown chakra crystals. But I also feel like that's the area that you struggle with a lot, and that's probably why you try to transmute your energy so much, because on the light side, you're very intuitive. You get a lot of downloads, but on the shadow side, I also feel like a lot of your doubt and your worry and overthinking comes from your crown chakra. And okay, I just did that. I always draw the Reiki symbol on myself, but maybe EMT or EFT tapping, EFT tapping will help you with that if you're not already trying that. But Gemini and Virgo are known for being overthinkers, and they're both ruled by Mercury. So that's just kind of what Mercury will do to you, mental health. Even because we're in a Mercury retrograde in Cancer, you might be having a lot of intrusive thoughts about a past version of yourself, and you're trying to block it out. So for those of you who are interested in one particular person who I'm mainly picking up on, and I'm just picking up on their energy because I'm not seeing anything about their personality. I don't think that there's a reason for that, because I don't think it's really that important. I think this reading is focusing on you, your spiritual development. But I do want to see like what this one particular love interest is feeling about you. And depending on who you are, I feel like queer relationships, especially same-sex ones, it can either be easier than hetero relationships when it comes to who's making the first move, or harder, especially if both of you are kind of quiet. I know that's not going to resonate for everyone, because some of you aren't afraid to express yourself, but I'm picking that up for someone. Okay, I actually got a lot here, more than I was expecting, so I actually feel like this person has a lot of opinions on you. First off, we have LOL, funny, laughing hard, tears of joy. I told you air signs are usually very funny. This person can think that you're very funny. If this is like online, or if you guys text a lot, you could use a lot of emojis, and this person could express the way how they feel by using emojis. I actually feel like they might be very fond of you. And actually, yeah, we also have incoming communication, text, phone call, video call. This could be a person that you just met and you're talking to them a lot, and I feel like they genuinely enjoy talking to you, which is a good sign. We have alien, two different worlds out there, weird. That could be a synchronicity with what I was saying about how you usually fall for very quirky type people. But also this person can see you as being different, but they like your weird though. I'm hearing that they like your freak. We have ghost, serial ghoster. Maybe you're a serial ghoster, or maybe this is just your fear. Like you fear like this isn't gonna work out. We have wind, angels, spirit guides, messages from spirit. So that goes back to what I was picking up about you being very claircognizant. In love, butterflies in your stomach. This is your energy, but I'm picking up on this person. So I do feel like they do really adore you. We have wink, approval, appreciation, understanding, flirting. Being that we have angels and approval, I feel like your spirit guides are even saying that they approve of this person, whoever they are. We have calm, peace, relief. Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like you can relax about the situation. You might be used to players or avoidance, but this person is a cool person. Even if it starts off as you just being platonic with them, like a platonic soulmate, and then it becomes romantic, or maybe this is your twin. I don't know. You'll know because whatever label is going to resonate with you the most. But if it's easy, more than likely it's probably a soulmate. And I also feel like that's the reason why you're kind of encouraged to explore your options, because you could be a person that's meant to find multiple soulmates in this lifetime. We have raised eyebrows, suspicion, skeptical, concern, disbelief, disapproval. I also was picking up in the 15-minute that someone is going to be very lucky soon, but it's kind of like they're expecting something negative to happen. Like it's too good to be true. And then overall, we have starstruck, fascinated, impressed, amazed by you. If you have a business, this might also be someone who's going to try to get to know you first by following you, or maybe you two follow each other. This could be a person that's constantly in your comments, and you might be wondering, like, am I overthinking it? Am I being limerent? Am I being thirsty? I'm hearing because I want this person to like me, or is this actually like a sign that this person is trying to get to know me? I feel like there's someone who texts you a lot, someone who's commenting a lot, or in your DMs a lot, that really wants to get to know you. And I honestly feel like you should go for that, because this is a good opportunity. And I think you would be very happy with this person. I don't know why. I'm seeing lunch and I'm seeing snack. Someone could work at a school. I feel like someone really likes children and they want to have kids of their own, but I also feel like you could work in the restaurant industry in general. But I'm seeing snack in the tiles, so I do feel like this person feels like you're a whole snack. They're very attracted to you. So you really ought to be proud of yourself, and you really ought to be feeling good about this, because I like this reading. It's a very positive energy. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this rapid fire. We have the camera and we have the spicy charm. So fire did come out in the oracles, and this usually comes out whenever someone has a lot of fire in their chart, but fire represents passion. So I feel like you have a very strong libido, and you're going to be matched with someone who matches that. And like I said, with this camera here, you do not withhold from yourself whenever you're in the mood for things like that. Instagram very specifically could be significant, but if this is something that hasn't happened yet, but you feel like it's on the verge, I would say watch out for who's commenting on your Instagram account, because I feel like that's where this person is going to come in, even if you have multiple social media platforms. We have the treasure chest, which represents abundance. We have, I had a feeling this was going to come out, the love is love charm, so there's a huge synchronicity with that. Okay, someone could be a Reiki healer, because we have the chakra charm here. Or you could wear like a rainbow chakra bracelet. Something about liking to party. I feel like someone, they try to find their person that they're dating by going to bars and clubs, but I also feel like they try to use social media a lot, and I feel like this particular person is going to come through via social media. But I feel like you're just fun and you like to enjoy life too. I see the spirit animal cat coming out here. So some of you really like animals, and I feel like someone has a sleeve of animal tattoos. Okay, we also have a synchronicity with the alien too. You could be an Arcturian starseed, and certain types of starseeds are known for being very claircognizant, so there's a huge synchronicity with that. You could be into like galaxy print and wear a lot of alien like graphic design shirts, like maybe you have a NASA shirt or something like that. What else? We have the Phoenix rising from the ashes. We also have my shadow work charm. Yeah, I feel like when someone first came out, they didn't have like the easiest time ever, but it's gonna be better. And we also have Sagittarius. Maybe you have a Sagittarius North Node or a Sagittarius rising, because I think you're learning to attract abundance by being more optimistic. And actually, this is confirmation because now we have another Sagittarius card here, safe travel. Someone has strong Sag in their chart. You could also be in King of Wands energy. We have Be Kind. I always reference the Halsey song Be Kind. Halsey is also a Sagittarius. I just feel like you haven't been kind to yourself in the past, and also you've attracted people who weren't really kind to you, but I feel like that's changing for someone. We have the Unicorn, which also represents someone being different. I will say that a lot of queer energy comes out for Aries too. For some of you, this person might literally be in Aries, which makes sense because that will mean that they're in your sextile, the signs you're most compatible with. And the reason why I say that is because my group name for Aries is Arcane Aries, and then I always use the unicorn emoji for them. So you might want to watch some of my Aries readings too if you want to learn more about this person. But tarot dependency did come out, so I feel like some of you have a strong intuition, but you're not really trusting it, and maybe like for some of you, you need to lay back on the tarot a little bit. We have the combat boot, so this is usually for people who think that life is hard or that they have to do everything by themselves. We have my heart chakra healing charm here. And I did say the heart chakra always has to do with money and love, which is why love is coming out here. We have the umbrella here. And I think that goes with you like coming out of a dark night of the soul. Because when I first came out, my favorite song was Rain on Me by Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga. So I haven't seen this charm in a while, but that's what I'm thinking about right now. We have the Day of the Dead charm, so someone who's Mexican could be significant, but also this is a charm that comes out when there's one particular passed on loved one that's watching over you. And I feel like there's one particular passed on loved one that has been given the assignment to guide you during your money and your love life stuff. I'm also hearing that for some of you, this passed on loved one could also be in the LGBT plus community too when they were alive. We have the World here, so someone could definitely be a teacher or a professor of some sort. I feel like you have a lot of anxiety because we have the Reiki charm, but also we have the Anchor charm. So I think that your biggest challenge right now is just learning how to manifest. For some of you, you could be the divine feminine in this situation because you're just learning a lot of lessons of just being still. Or if you're more masculine, you're balancing the femininity within yourself to learn how to receive. Facing your fears with your dragon here, with the dragon charm here. And we also have Glory. I think with Glory, there are a lot of people that look up to you when it comes to your business. A lot of people admire what you do. But a lot of people are attracted to your aura too. I definitely feel like you might be attractive, like to a lot of people physically, but I think it's mostly your aura and the fact that you're just different, which is very attractive. So I feel like people are giving you a lot of praise, but also this might be the type of thing where you give praise to your spirit guides in advance because you have a lot of positive things coming your way. That's all that I have for you guys for right now. I might actually do the 60-minute for Gemini tomorrow. I like to knock everything out on the same day, but I think I'll hit you guys up on the 60-minute August horoscope tomorrow. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see you guys in the next one.